In the vast, ancient landscapes of Africa, a curious and deeply moving phenomenon unfolds. Long after the roar of predators has faded, long after the living herd has journeyed onward in search of sustenance, something compels elephants to return. They seek out the very spot where a loved one fell, not for food or shelter, but for something far more profound. This isn't just a casual encounter, it's a deliberate journey back to a place of loss, an enduring connection that transcends the physical presence of the deceased. It challenges our understanding of animal consciousness and the bonds of family. Elephant society is a tapestry woven with intricate and powerful bonds. Matriarchal herds, led by the oldest and wisest female, move as a cohesive unit, their lives intertwined from birth to death. Calves are nurtured by the entire family, learning essential survival skills and the complex social etiquette that governs their world. These are not merely associations of convenience, they are deep, lifelong relationships built on trust, protection, and mutual support. The loss of any member, especially a matriarch or a young one, sends ripples of distress through the entire group, a testament to their shared emotional landscape. Death in the wild is often swift and brutal, a harsh reality of nature's cycle. When an elephant falls, whether to illness, age, or predation, the initial reaction of the herd is consistently observed as one of profound distress. They gather around the body, their usual calls silenced, replaced by a quiet, somber presence. This immediate response is a clear indication of their awareness of loss, not just a physical absence, but the cessation of a cherished life. It is the raw, visceral experience of bereavement, played out under the vast, indifferent sky of the savanna. In the immediate aftermath of a death, elephant herds often engage in what can only be described as a vigil. They stand over the deceased, sometimes for hours, or even days, gently touching the body with their trunks and feet. They may try to lift or nudge their fallen kin, as if attempting to rouse them, or protect them from scavengers. These actions are not random. They are focused, deliberate movements that convey a deep-seated recognition of what has occurred. It is a period of collective processing, an undeniable expression of grief and an unwillingness to immediately abandon their loved one. Despite their evident distress, the imperatives of survival eventually dictate that the living herd must move on. The savanna offers a transient bounty, water sources shift, grazing areas are depleted, and the threat of predators demands vigilance. To linger indefinitely would jeopardize the health and safety of the remaining family members. So, with heavy steps, the herd departs, leaving behind the physical remains of their kin. This departure is a necessary, albeit sorrowful, act, driven by the practicalities of their existence in a challenging world, but it doesn't signify an end to their connection. But this is where the mystery deepens and the narrative takes an extraordinary turn. Months, even years, after the herd has departed and the elements have reduced flesh to bone, individual elephants or small groups are repeatedly observed returning to these sites of death. They deviate from their normal foraging paths, sometimes traveling considerable distances, to seek out the skeletal remains. This isn't mere coincidence, it suggests an internal map, a memory imprinted not just of a location, but of the specific significance that place holds for them. It's a purposeful pilgrimage. How do they find these specific sites, and how do they recognize the remains as belonging to their own kind, or even a specific individual? Scientists speculate that a combination of factors is at play. Their keen sense of smell, known to be highly developed, might detect lingering traces. Visual cues from the distinct shape of elephant bones, especially skulls and tusks, are also likely significant. But perhaps most compelling is their remarkable memory, allowing them to recall the exact location of a death and the identity of the fallen, even after significant time has passed and the landscape has changed. Upon finding the remains, the elephant's behavior is consistently gentle and deliberate. They do not treat the bones as mere objects. Instead, they carefully manipulate them with their trunks and feet. They caress the surfaces, delicately pick up small fragments, and often carry them for a short distance before placing them back down. This intimate interaction, devoid of aggression or playful curiosity, suggests a form of reverence. It is a tender investigation, a physical reconnection with what was once a living, breathing member of their community, now reduced to silent testament. Of all the bones, the skull and tusks receive the most prolonged and focused attention. These parts are arguably the most distinctive, carrying the unique marks of an individual. The skull houses the brain, the tusks a unique signature. Elephants spend significant time gently feeling, turning, and inspecting these elements. It's as if they are attempting to piece together a fragmented memory, to acknowledge the individual identity that once resided within these bony structures. This specific focus underscores the deeply personal nature of their revisiting behavior, far beyond general curiosity about a dead elephant. The ability of elephants to return to specific death sites years later points to an extraordinary capacity for memory. Their memory is not just for routes and waterholes, but for individual elephants, their unique characteristics, and significant life events. It's an internal archive, storing experiences and relationships over decades. This long-term memory allows them to retain the emotional imprint of a loss, creating a mental map of their social history. It's this deep well of remembrance that likely fuels their compulsion to revisit, to physically reconnect with the enduring echoes of their past. These prolonged, ritualistic behaviors suggest an emotional depth that goes far beyond simple instinct. Elephants exhibit a range of complex emotions, including joy, empathy, and distress. Their reactions to death, both immediate and delayed, demonstrate a profound capacity to understand and process loss. It's not merely a biological response to the cessation of life, but an engagement with the emotional void left behind. This sustained engagement with the deceased remains hints at an awareness of mortality and a way of coping with the enduring pain of separation, even long after the physical separation. For many species, death is simply another part of the cycle, quickly processed and moved past. But for elephants, the connection persists. Why don't they simply move on? It's possible that revisiting these sites serves a purpose beyond our immediate understanding. It could be a form of remembrance that reinforces social cohesion, a way to acknowledge the past and the contributions of the departed. It might also be a form of teaching, demonstrating to younger elephants the significance of each individual and the enduring nature of their family bonds, cementing a shared cultural understanding within the herd. Intriguingly, some observations suggest that elephants sometimes protect the remains of their dead. They might cover the bones with leaves and branches, or even stand guard over a carcass, deterring scavengers. While these actions are not always observed, their occurrence adds another layer to the mystery. It implies a sense of reverence, a desire to protect the memory or physical remnants of their loved one, long after there is any practical benefit to doing so. This protective impulse transcends immediate survival, suggesting a deeper, symbolic meaning attached to the deceased and their resting place. The matriarchal structure of elephant society emphasizes the transmission of knowledge across generations. Younger elephants learn vital lessons from their elders, from finding scarce water to identifying dangerous predators. It's plausible that these rituals of remembrance are also part of this learned cultural tapestry. By observing the adult's solemn interactions with the dead, young elephants might internalize the significance of each individual life and the enduring strength of their family ties. This behavior then becomes a shared heritage, a way of honoring the past and educating the future. What if these revisits are more than just memory, more than just emotional processing? Some naturalists and observers have mused about the possibility of elephants experiencing a connection that transcends the purely physical, perhaps even bordering on what humans might describe as spiritual. While we cannot know the inner world of an elephant, their unwavering devotion to the remnants of their kin suggests a recognition of continuity, a belief that even in death, the essence of an individual holds a place in the collective consciousness of the herd. This profound respect is truly captivating. Elephants are well documented for their acts of empathy. They comfort distressed herd members, aid injured individuals, and exhibit compassion towards other species. This innate capacity for empathy likely extends to their understanding of loss. Their mourning behaviors, both immediate and long-term, are perhaps the clearest manifestation of this deep empathetic understanding. It's not just sorrow for themselves, but a profound empathy for the life that was, and the absence that now remains. This capacity for deep emotional connection sets them apart as truly exceptional beings in the animal kingdom. Each elephant's life contributes significantly to the intricate fabric of its herd. From the wisdom of the matriarch to the playful spirit of a calf, every individual leaves an indelible mark. When an elephant revisits the remains of a loved one, it's not just a memory of a body, but an acknowledgement of that profound contribution. It's a way of honoring the specific personality, the shared experiences, and the role that individual played within the family unit. The bones become a tangible echo of a life, a physical reminder of a presence that was and, in a way, still is remembered. In essence, the act of revisiting the dead long after the herd has moved on can be interpreted as a form of remembrance, deeply embedded in elephant culture. It's a ritual that speaks volumes about their cognitive abilities and emotional complexity. This sustained connection to their deceased, spanning years and distances, elevates their grief from a momentary pang to an enduring aspect of their social existence. It solidifies the idea that for elephants, relationships do not simply end with the last breath, but continue to resonate and hold significance in their lives. While we gather more observations and data, the full depth of why elephants mourn their dead long after the herd has moved on remains a profound mystery. We may never fully comprehend the intricate workings of an elephant's mind or the nuances of their grief. But what is undeniable are the consistent, deliberate behaviors that defy simple explanation. They compel us to look beyond our own species and recognize the rich, complex inner lives of these magnificent creatures. Their actions invite us to question, to observe, and to respect the mysteries of the natural world. The elephant's heart, in its vast capacity for connection and remembrance, offers a powerful lesson. Their persistent return to the sites of loss is a testament to the enduring power of family bonds, the weight of memory, and perhaps, a unique way of processing grief over time. It is a lasting tribute, not just to the individuals they mourn, but to the extraordinary emotional and cognitive landscapes that define their species. As we continue to protect these incredible animals, we also preserve the chance to learn more about the profound depths of their existence, and in turn, perhaps, a little more about our own capacity for love and loss.